I'm a huge fan of tools in D&D.
We should discuss all the ways to get tools in D&D. D&D Tools and how to get them.
I'm Nerdarchy Ted.
I'm Nerdarchy Dave. Welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds.
Now let us tell the tale of tools.
So, as we stated, we're going to be talking about D&D tools, the proficiencies, and how to get them onto your character in 5e D&D.
We're going to look at races, classes, feats, and all the different ways that you can kind of get access to these very cool, rarely used aspects of this very cool game.
Let us know if we've missed anything, but combing through D&D Beyond, I've come up with a bunch of different options, or we've come up with a bunch of different options. There are 10 race options for tools.
You can get them through 70 different background choices.
7 out of 13 class options also will give you tool proficiencies.
And you can also get tools through 5 different feats.
But hey, maybe you can't get enough tools and this video is not enough for you in your D&D game. Over on the website, we have an article about D&D tools and how to use them with alternate rules. There will be a link in the description as well as the card up here.
Hey, you're looking for a way to support Nerdarchy to keep making videos like this and the articles that, are over on nerdarchy.com. Why not come check us out over on Patreon and support us there?
As a special reward and thank you, every month you'll receive 5e content for both players and DMs alike. We're making magic items, some of which we turn into print and play cards, races, subclasses, feats, spells, drop-in encounters, maps that we use in our own games. We even put up a podcast from our Nerdarchy live channel and so much more over there. There will be a link in the description as well as the card up here for you to go download a free sample of what kind of rewards we have over there to check out.
So looking at D&D Beyond, there are 86 different backgrounds. Yeah, some of them are kind of, duplicated or, slight variations, but 32 of those are going to give you 1 tool set and 38 are going to give you actually 2. So that is a lot of tool use or tool proficiencies gained through backgrounds.
Yeah, the bulk of them you're usually going to get it through your background, I believe. But then we have some other options. Like looking at races, all dwarves give you access to brewer supplies, mason tools, or smithing tools.
Pretty cut and dry there. You get one of those as your choice. So if you go with the Aranay Elven sub-race, they actually can get a tool that they have double proficiency with. It's not quite worded the same as expertise, but it's pretty darn close. So if you want a tool that way, that's the way to do it.
Basically expertise. For gnomes, we have 2 options. And one of them is the Mark of Scribing, the House of Civis, and when they use calligraphy supplies, they get to add a D4 to that roll.
If you go with a rock gnome, you're going to get proficiency with Tinker's tools.
We're going to go back to Eberron with the half-elf, House of Lorandon. That's going to give you an extra D4 when using Navigator's tools.
If you go with Eberron in the Halfling House Jarasco with your herbalism kits, you're also going to be able to add that D4.
House Galandar is also going to give you a D4 when using brewer supplies or cooking utensils.
If you go with human, variant is going to give you access to the feat. And as we mentioned, there's 5 feat choices that we'll describe later on, and you can be able to grab one of those.
Satyr gives you 1 musical instrument.
And while, some might say that musical instrument is not quite a tool, it falls under that subsection for what we're talking about. The Kenku are expert forgers, so they're going to be able to have advantage whenever creating one of these falsified documents.
Or creating a duplicate of an existing object. Warforged just get to pick a tool proficiency.
If you go with Gith, the Gith Yankee are going to get a skill or a tool of their choice.
Valdakin, one of the best. They actually get to pick a tool and they get to add a D4 when they use that tool.
So not only are they proficient, but then they get the D4 on top of it. The Artificer automatically gets 3 when you take that first level, and then you're going to get an additional 1 when you get access to your subclass.
Bards get access to musical instruments.
Clerics, if you go with the Forge domain, you're going to get smithing tools when you take that at first level.
Druid gives you the Herbalist kit.
Fighters as a core class, you're really not going to get any, but if you get down to your subclass, a handful of them are going to give you access to 1.
Battlemaster, Gunslinger, and Rune Knight all give you 1.
So the Monk core class, you're going to be able to get access to a musical instrument or a tool set of your choice. And then the Drunken Master, the Kensai, and the Way of Mercy are all going to give you access to another tool choice.
Rogue gives you access to Thieves' tools, and then we have several subclasses that are going to give you access to more.
The Assassin is going to give you 2, and the Mastermind gives you up to 3.
The Phantom is a little odd because you basically can choose a skill or tool proficiency each day to be proficient in.
So next we're going to move into feats, and first up is going to be the Artificer Initiate. This is going to give you access to spells and a tool.
Chef is going to give you access, surprise, surprise, cooking utensils.
Poisoner, obviously this is going to give you access to a Poisoner's Kit.
Prodigy is going to let you pick a tool.
And Skilled is another one that is going to allow you to get a proficiency in a tool of your choice.
Tool or skill, 3 of them to be precise.
So this is just a laundry list of ways that you can add tools to your game. What do you think?
So as you can see, by combining your race, your class choices, and feat selection, you can actually build up quite a few tools. And tools is one of those things in the game. Sometimes they're super useful, sometimes they're not. It really just depends on the group itself. We like to use them, and in our groups, we find that players oftentimes trying to come up with ways to interject them into the game as role-playing, or even like if there's something going on where maybe normally your GM might want like a history check for something, but you are a glassblower and you are in a church with a stained glass window and it's really ornate or elaborate. The player might be like, I don't have history, but I am a glassblower. Is it possible I might know about the particular artist that did this one? And it might give like a different perspective on the information that you get.
And with that prompt is sometimes the players can bring forth this information. If you have tools and you want to use them, prompt your DM with questions. Use them throughout the course of the game. I've seen plenty of games where players have tool proficiencies and nothing ever comes about of it because they never informed the GM, they never used them during gameplay, and therefore it was never added to the story because it wasn't known about. If you were like, oh, well, this is what my character is all about, then it should be what you do over the course of your role-playing, over the course of your game. If you worship a crafting god, you want to do it. If you have a subclass that seems devoted to it, like the Forge domain, this is something that this should be not only central to your character, but pivotal to your character's story. If you look at, gameplays online, it's very obvious that Jester cares about painting. Laura's interpretation of that character, she wants to paint stuff, so she goes and makes it happen. Matt then put in a magic item that allowed it to go even further. Things that are there are done because a character prompted it.
Yeah, even in one of the games where there was a riddle or a puzzle to be solved with a statue, a giant statue that had fallen down or been knocked down, pointing in the direction of, where we believe there was a hidden tomb or lair or something. I don't remember exactly. But my character, was experienced with mining. So I was like, as someone who was a miner, does that mean I would be experienced with excavating and surveying? So can I use that knowledge to kind of like figure out, where the statue would have actually been, where it would have been pointing, and to kind of gain perspective. And the GM was like, oh, that's a really good idea. So, as a GM, you should really like allow your players to kind of explore this stuff and add these cool little tidbits about their characters in there as well. That prompts like role playing and like this is a cool way to interject backstory into your games where it's not like you just info dumping on the group, but instead like it's relevant to what's going on in the game right now. So it can be this thing that enhances the gameplay, enhances the experience at the table. It could be something other players bond over and talk about. Let us know what kind of stories that you've had about using tools in your games. What's the most tools any of your characters ever had? Are these important in your game or nobody really cares? It's just like flavor that doesn't get used. Let us know and share your thoughts on and opinions down below in the comments with the Nerdarchy community.
while you're down there, don't forget to do all those fun things that make Nerdarchy and YouTube happy. Like, share, subscribe, even go ahead and smith away on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video.
Quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we drop new videos here on the channel. Come on back. But hey, can't wait till then, no problem. Check out tool proficiencies. Are they worthless in D&D?
So until next time, stay nerdy.